just break it down as simply as I can, or as you hear it. In these unacknowledged sex workers, they put kids in the situation in an underground base where they found an alien tech system device that creates time for this universe and cleaves into a multi-dimensional spectrum, a dichotomy, a bisection of energies of physical existence and atomic reality, materiality, and it puts and filters and stitches spiritual existence, energy, soul energy into that atomic reality matrix, creates human forms out of an eternal essence, temporary forms, and it creates not only a body, but it literally creates the experience of time itself, to the point where when you mess with the device, ripples of time come out. It's going to hold the experience in mind, because the only way to know is to see it. And this would be like a fish all of a sudden looking around going, what the hell is this? And like waving a spin through the water and realizing they're in water. There's a machine that cleaves time and stitches together etheric, energetic, abstract, spiritual reality. Almost doesn't make sense, just like air and fuel. And it takes consciousness, the experience of consciousness, and physical material existence, atomic nature, the elements of physical universe, and it cleaves them together and prints them, literally like a sewing machine or a 4D printer, and produces these fluctuations in etheric, psychic, energetic waves that emanate outward as the experience of having a physical body and being conscious within that body. And there's a device that generates time. It prints time. It creates it. Without the device, there is no Maya matrix. There is no universe. There's a device someone invented that creates this universe. And that when you approach it, you begin to detect, you begin to sense undulations in the subtle field of reality itself. And you detect an abstraction, a deviation between consciousness and your body, literally like in the Matrix when the fluid takes over his body and separates his consciousness from this area here and his real body outside the system. It's literally the 100% undeniable proof that we are in a kind of consciousness simulation matrix system, because if you mess with the device, the system shuts off. And this is apparently what happened a few years ago. The system shut off. So the goal is to shut it off. The point is, it would be like draining the ocean with fish inside of it. If the fish realize what's happening and swim to a point where they can pretty much prop themselves up and the water goes down and they're standing there on the rock, on their fins, or whatever you want to call it, basically there's an extraction, they're okay, etc., so on. If they're just following the water as it goes down, everything is going to end up in the Mariana Trench. Everything's going to end up trying to stay with water as it goes down the drain. And that can't happen. It's basically a dissolution of the consciousness. They have to be able to separate the spiritual aspect from the physical aspect and not flip out and survive and stay calm knowing what's happened. They found a device that does this. They recreated them, but there is one that is tuned to this universe, and every single human and every single being, sentient being in this place is tuned to, and the undulations that it is spitting out are what we call years, and what we call days and weeks and time. It's the strangest thing, because it's an abstraction of what you're looking at in itself. It's the consciousness of consciousness. There's no way to describe it, but it is everything. It is everything, it is nothing. And it's really weird, because when it cuts off, the first thing is like panic, because it's basically ego death, because the consciousness, we think we're the body, but we're not. It's all stitched together by this system that is taking two abstractions, elements of existence, material, physicality, and spiritual or energetic existence, and it cleaves them together. It's literally as if they come and they create this interlace, and then from there you have that grid pattern that is always depicted as the Maya matrix, the grid around the earth, or whatever you want to call it. It's as if you follow those down until you get to a little point, and there's an insertion point. On the other end of that, there's a device stitching the two together. It's like this alien device that puts the two together, intertwines them, and the point is, the experience is getting to the device and realizing what is happening. It's really impossible to describe. All I can do is describe an operation. They had his children approach it because adults basically die. And this is what the bloodlines have protected for this long. And so some people are holding people back, but at this point, there's really no way to hold grudge or blame. However, that will be handled from outside the system, from those who have checked and seen what's going on and realized some people basically said, F it, we're going to sit here and hide it, and no matter how many people die or get sucked down the drain, that's their fault. That will be handled, but we can't really tell at this point. There are those outside the system that have never been in the system that are recording it out. They're in Zion, we're going to call it, and have been recording everybody's actions and everything's, there's no point to blame. This thing, it doesn't make sense, but it reverses time, it flips the time. And it's literally, you see the avatar version of yourself separating from the track, and the real you is extracted out like a reverse filtration system, like a camera's recording you, and you're coming through the lens into the recording system and back out the other end into some other reality. It's the strangest thing. It doesn't make sense, but it reverses time. It flips the time cone inside out, and there's no way to describe it. It's literally, it's the strangest thing, but it's a device that does it. That's the important part. It's a device that's doing it. It's printing time. It's printing reality into this universe. The whole other. It creates the etheric medium that our consciousness is swimming through for what we experience in so-called time. Time is temporary. It's a thing. It's a happening. Okay, time is a happening. So there's a device pulsing it out. It's not death. All I know is it feels like death when you begin to get to the core, or when somebody shuts the system off, and that you need to know how to cast away the body, that trash the motherfucker. All right, I'm trying to tell you, you hold on to it. You're going in the trash with the device. They're going to throw that shit in the trash. They're going to take the tape and recycle it because it's a waste. Somebody did it and made this stuff. This is full of suffering. It's for sadism. It's a big sadism system. It's basically a hypercube system somebody created that pulses out Maya matrix realities that are limited. They're so limited that in a universe where you can do anything, only reason somebody would do this is because they get off on watching people torture themselves. So it's going in the trash. If you hold fear to that, to separating from the illusion, then you're going to hold on to it as it goes into the trash. Don't do that. Let it go. But also stay supremely aware. Stay to the height of awareness, because it's beyond everything we imagine. It doesn't do any justice, but the experience is you get there and you realize that when you get there, you're getting to the future. But we exist outside of it. At least the original humans exist outside of it. And it's really weird, but I can't describe it anymore. It's a pain in the ass because you can get to it and you realize it's a device, and that the experience of you finding the device is being printed out by the device itself. There's basically an input of your consciousness, and then there's a taking of your intentions and a displaying of possibilities, of results of this way, that way, in multiple sense of these fractals. It's the strangest thing, but it's a device that does it. That's the important part. It's a device that's doing it. It's printing time. It's printing reality into this universe. The whole upcoming thing, the only reason I'm talking about this now, the only way that I could be talking about this is what we know, this is what you begin to learn, is that somebody's entering this into the system. That's the only way this would be here now. And that means that there's probably going to be some type of wake-up event in order to bring the true reality closer to the surface. The Armageddon is when it happens and people's minds fracture and they cling to the real, okay, the negative strip of information that's holding the recorded version of them, which is just an image, and they cling to that, and that's basically going to get tossed in the trash. That can't stay around because it's going to keep attracting people, which are going to fly to it like bugs going to light. The camera doesn't beam stuff out, it pulls them in. That's why the natives would say your camera steals your soul. This device does that. It sucks you in if it still exists, and you don't understand what it's doing. Because it creates an image of you, it replicates you. It's like a consciousness entrainment replication system.